loves that thing. Yeah.
The pages are up. Yes, computer machine. They do it to me too.
Just a reminder to turn your mics on.
Yep, my mic's on.
Yeah.
I needed that reminder.
Thank you. Because I won't remember.
Turn my phone off. All right, we'll go ahead and call the board, call to order the Board of County Road Commissioners of the County of Kalamazoo meeting for December 2nd, 2025, 3 p.m. meeting. First item on the agenda is the public comment guidelines. Ms. Ryder.
This meeting is being provided under Act 267 of the Public Acts of 1976 as amended, or commonly referred to as the Open Meetings Act. During public comment, participants will have the opportunity to address the board at the beginning of the meeting and at the end of the meeting for non-agenda items. Public comments should be provided at the podium in order to ensure proper audio. Public comments, statements, or questions shall be limited to not more than 3 minutes for each person addressing the board. To provide public comment by Zoom, use the raise hand feature in the Zoom application. The host will ask you to unmute. For telephone audio, use *9. Use *6 to toggle back and forth between mute and unmute. As you participate in the meeting, your microphone will be placed on mute. The chat feature shall only be used to address any technical issues for public participation.
Thank you. If you please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The goal of the Board of County Road Commissioners of the County of Kalamazoo is using our expertise, energy, and funds to provide the safest and most convenient road system possible and to contribute to the economic development and high quality of life throughout the county. Our goal is to maintain a county road system that is safe and convenient for public travel and to manage the roadside environment with a view towards preservation. First item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion would be in order?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Commissioner Thompson with support from Commissioner Davis to support to approve the agenda as presented. Is there any discussion amongst the audience here in the building about the agenda or online or amongst commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the agenda as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. Next is the approval of the minutes of the November 18th board meeting and the November 18th closed session of the board. A motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Vice Chair Stahauer with second by Commissioner Kennedy to approve the minutes of the November 18th board meeting and the November 18th closed session of the board. Is there any discussion amongst the audience here in the building about the minutes, corrections, additions, or deletions? Or online? Or amongst commissioners? Hearing none. All in favor of approving the minutes say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. Next is approval of the payroll and vendor accounts. Payroll of $183,390.02 and vendor accounts of $471,304.16. A motion would be in order.
So moved, Kennedy.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Kennedy with support to approve the payroll and vendor accounts. Is there any discussion about the payroll and vendor accounts amongst the audience here in the building or online or amongst commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the payroll and vendor accounts as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. This brings us to our first moment of our meeting for public comment on non-agenda items. Is there anybody who'd like to speak on non-agenda items today? Either here in the building or online. There will be a second opportunity later in the meeting. Seeing and hearing none, we will move on to new business. First item of new business is item A, the request approval of a dual auger sander purchase. Managing Director.
All right, outlined in our capital outlay section of our 2025 budget, we've allocated for the purchase of two what we call V-Box hopper sander inserts, and they're estimated to cost approximately $50,000. A little background on an insert hopper. It's actually a hopper that goes inside the dump box of our plow trucks. So in summer operations, we use the trucks to carry material in. In the wintertime, we insert what we call a V-body inside the regular body that we handle our winter maintenance operations with salt and salt sand. These V-boxes have conveyor systems in them. Some are chain conveyors, some are auger type conveyors, and they dispense the material out the back of the truck through a spinner, and that's how we sand the roads. So this purchase we're recommending the board to approve today is a little bit different than what we've used conventionally here at the Road Commission. Again, just with our team trying to be innovative and look at different options, and also looking at other counties and what they're doing. We were at a trade show a couple of years ago and saw where Delta County was not using insert hoppers. They were actually just putting the conveyor or auger system inside a dump box. So instead of having two bodies, we simply just put the conveyor system inside the box that's there. So with all that being said, we've been working locally with a vendor to be able to build one of these units. Again, we have two in the budget, but we thought we would start off with one just to make sure it's going to work in our operations, along with if we need to do any modifications to it. So what we're recommending today is the purchase of one dual auger insert without the V-box for one of our current plow trucks. So with that, we are recommending the board approve the purchase of one dual auger unit, including a complete hydraulic and electrical system, a stainless steel tailgate with modifications, of course the installation and warranties through Viking Sides, Great Lakes, through the Sourcewell purchasing program for a total of $19,477.50. And I will say Viking Sides is actually a new vendor in the area. They're originally based out of Canada, but they are now in the United States and actually have a facility in Battle Creek. So historically, we've only had truck and trailer specialties in our area. This is a new option for us here. So being next door, we thought it was a good opportunity to partner with them. They were willing to do the project. So we're just looking for board approval.
Very good. A motion would be in order.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Commissioner Davis. Is there support?
Support.
We have support from Vice Chair Stayhauer. Any discussion amongst about the dual auger sander purchase amongst the audience here in the building or online? And then Commissioner questions, comments. Commissioner Davis.
Just a question about whether we buy these one at a time or in multiples. Are we missing an opportunity to get like bulk pricing at all in terms of in that opportunity?
It's not typical that we see any reduction in pricing by buying multiple, but we also don't need a slew of them at this time. The V-Box spreaders that we have are stainless steel, and they've lasted the test of time. Matter of fact, some of them probably outdate my time here at the Road Commission. They've been around so long. But as we replace trucks today, obviously a lot of times bigger trucks than what we had back in the day. So that's our opportunity. I think one or two at a time when we buy new trucks to replace them.
Yeah, thank you.
Vice Chair.
My question, if they're for a specific size dump box or if they're versatile?
They are for a specific size dump box. That is correct. So The unit that we're recommending to purchase is for our standard, we call it tandem axle truck with a 14-foot box.
Okay. Other commissioner comments, questions? Hearing none, go ahead and vote on this motion. All in favor of approving the dual auger sander purchase, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. Next is request approval of a proclamation honoring retiree Steve Kma, road maintenance operator, managing director.
All right, I just want to say a few words. So I've known Steve for many years. He worked as under a contractor that worked for us for many years, and then came to work for us directly, about 9 years ago. So Steve's worked in our road maintenance department as a road maintenance operator. He also has operated a broom for us for many years, and finally hitting the age he's ready to retire. So we appreciate his years of service and his commitment to the public.
Very good. I'll read a resolution. Board of County Road Commissioners of the County of Kalamazoo, resolution honoring Stephen Kma. Whereas we express special recognition to Steve Kma and honor him for his distinguished 9-year career as of November 18th, 2025 with the Road Commission of Kalamazoo County, RCKC, and whereas Steve began his career on July 5th, 2016, and has respectfully serviced our county as a road maintenance operator, and whereas the Board of County Road Commissioners of the County of Kalamazoo wishes to acknowledge and express its sincere appreciation to Steve for his dedication to public service, and now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Road Commissioners of the County of Kalamazoo does hereby acknowledge with gratitude Steve's public service in providing the safest and most convenient road system possible, and his contributions to the high quality of life throughout the county. We congratulate him on the occasion of his retirement and wish him the best in his retirement and future endeavors. Congratulations. If you stick around after the meeting, we got a nice resolution we'll give you. So, you bet. All right. That will conclude our new business, and that'll take us to our second opportunity for public comment on non-agenda items. Supervisor Vanderhoef. Okay, we'll do it after. Before you start, Jerry, if you, I need a motion from the board to approve this resolution we just read.
So
We have a motion by Commissioner Thompson with support Commissioner Kennedy. Any discussion amongst the commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor of the resolution say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Thank you very much. Supervisor Vanderhoef.
I made a presentation, I can't remember, 2 weeks ago or something, and I had mentioned that I would be coming back, and today I'm coming back. So I just wanted to put down my thoughts and the rest of it, and then I'll go real fast, and you can just look at the first page is a breakdown of Southwest Michigan, the neighborhood road funding by county. The most that anybody got was Kent, 39.1. I got an error somewhere in there that Calhoun is either wrong or out of whack, but I'll correct that. But they're all in that range. The lowest one was Branch. Besides, this is the original amounts that were going to be distributed, was on the Senate analysis thing, but also $100,000 was given to every county besides the original amount. Revenues on the peg was your revenues. I took them from the county report. The first year was almost a 4% increase. The next one was 7%, and then last year 26. And I estimated just about what the revenue would be. Can't be too far off because you take the 40 and the 10, 50,000. That would be a 42% increase over 4 years, and that's pretty good. Next page is just to explain that the concern that power money has got to be used first before the local road money is used in that. And I assume that's going to be a policy now. At the bottom, it was the County Board of Commissioners. I guess there was nobody in the law or the bill said that how it had to be divided up, and it was left to each county, and this county decided to divide it up. There are 10,748,246. Next page is a sheet that was out of the Senate fiscal agency and the rest of it. It shows that, Kalamazoo got 38, shows that all the villages and the cities, which they all got 30.4, except for the city of Kalamazoo got 45.4, and the rest of them. So out of the 533 cities and villages, only one that I see did not get a 35.5, and it happens to be on this page. It's East Grand Rapids City got a reduction, and I don't know why, what they do or anything else, but otherwise everybody got the standard 35.7%. Next page is a breakdown of how it's using the formula you had and what you passed out. Shows what everybody, the yellows are the cities and villages and the townships and that. So my concern is, in looking at this, is like the city of Galesburg. I know that they annexed part of our township, and they're going to get $94,624 to my 72. I have more roads than they have. They have their main road is 96, which the state takes care of, and the rest of them and that. So I calculated on your percentage of local revenue and then put it at, we were to get 35% like the cities and villages in the county, that this would be the amount that we would get. And the last column would show the additional amount, which is a little over $1 million. The next page just shows, we're going to be sent to the township. It just shows what we're going to have to come up with in order to use the TAR funds, and it's going to be $170,000 more that the township's got to come up with in order to match, and that's going to be additional revenue to the county. The revenue changes and the thing, that's again just the fiscal year. It's going to be 6.3 overall, or 9.4, but it's going to go into 2 fiscal years and that. Next sheet shows at the bottom, it shows where our roads are. Our primary roads are local and our local gravel. And you'll see that the local and the gravel are have the most porous roads in that. And that's what we need to look at, how we can make those less red roads. The last page, it shows that if the current way is divided, that the county would get 8.2 million and the townships would get 2.5. Breaks down really, the county would get 3/4 of all the money that's given to you, and 1/4 would go to townships. The second one is if we treated us townships the same as the cities and villages, and we all got 35.5, you would get 2/3 of all the money, and we would get 1/3 and the rest of it. And so primary roads, there's 446 miles of roads. Locals, there's 935. There's twice as many local roads as there is the primary. And the largest amount of the poor roads are the secondary and local, which are on the map in the back. Again, 9 counties have got 34%. Every city and township, every city and village in the state got 30.45. And the townships are all over the board, I guess. I haven't seen all of them. I'm trying to find out the rest of them. But at this point, instead of us getting 35.7, we would only be getting 18.6% of the revenue. Summary, again, it's going to be difficult for townships. We've got to get into our budget and find $170,000 more to match. We've got 6.3 cut from our budgets, and at the same time only getting the 18.6. All the money in the end, wherever we're at today, is going to the road. This year roads, when we're all done, said and done. So what are we arguing about? My last thing, it's time that the local roads get caught up. They need to be caught up. Maybe we do 35 for a while, and then the last 2 years of the 5, you can cut it or something. But the need is those local roads. They've a lot to catch up in the rest of them. We'll use it just as good as the cities and villages. It's going to be your roads in the end. It's no township road, so whatever we do, in the end, it's yours. So, thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. Absolutely. Appreciate your comments and bringing this information forward. Oh, Supervisor Sorensen.
Did I surprise you?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. One thing I heard Mark say that you know, he was a little premature in things. I'm sure there's other things that he may be as well, but the thing I would like to say is I think you have a great idea on a 5-year plan. There's no reason we can't put together a 5-year plan with the monies that we currently work with. And then when the additional funds come in, let's rock and roll with those the best we can. But I'm hoping that, at least for Cooper, that we can put a 5-year plan together and stay with it, and makes life a lot easier after you do all the hard lifting at the beginning. So that's all I have. Happy holidays to everybody.
Thank you. Any other public comments on non-agenda items? Seeing none, hearing none, I'll just comment on the little point of personal privilege. We know how the township officials feel about roads and how important roads are to you guys, and so definitely will factor into our what we do going forward. But yes, we value your guys' input, and we'll see what we can do going forward. So thank you. All right. Hearing no other public comments at this time, we go to managing director's time. Managing director.
All right, I just have a couple items this afternoon. First of all, December 12th looks like a busy day, so we have our holiday potluck breakfast scheduled at 8 a.m. So the board's welcome to join us on the 12th, and then immediately following that, normally it's at 9 o'clock, but I moved it till 10. But immediately following the potluck, we have our road tour scheduled with our commissioners. So if you're available and interested, we'd love to have you. Shoot me a text, let me know if you're coming or not, so we know what type of vehicle we're going to drive. But we have a few areas throughout the county we'd like to go look at, probably a few service requests, a couple projects that we can share with the board. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is we also have our board budget workshop this afternoon. So that's following our regular meeting, immediately following. So that's it, unless there's questions for me.
Just the 12th, and that's a Friday, correct?
It is.
All right. And 10 a.m. will be the road tour, right?
Right.
Okay. Hopefully we'll have a good turnout. All righty. Any questions or comments for the managing director from the commissioners? Hearing none. All right. We go into commissioners' time. Commissioner Kennedy.
I don't have a report.
Thank you. Commissioner Davis.
I have no report today.
Commissioner Thompson.
I have nothing to report either.
Vice Chair Stayhauer.
Well, I'll have a little bit. I went to Ross Township on November 18th following our board meeting here, and good meeting, and forwarded just some thoughts or comments from the meeting to our chair and managing director. Was at Comstock Township last night. Nothing specific there other than we're hopeful we'll see more new road funds. Then County Parks meets this week Thursday, so looking forward to that. That's all right now.
All right, thank you. I know that the township supervisors meeting's been moved to Consolidated Dispatch for their annual holiday party. I know Vice Chair Stayhauer might be attending that as well. I think I'm going to be missing that one. Another thing is I will not be here for the December 30th board meeting, so 4 weeks from now. I talked to Vice Chair Stayhauer, he will be here, so if anybody else is going to miss any meetings the rest of the year, just let us know. But I will not be here on the 30th of December. Let's see, there is a spring conference coming up in February for commissioners. I think Commissioner Thompson and Commissioner Kennedy have already signed up for it. It's good training, and appreciate everybody who go. I will not be able to attend this year. So, all right. Seeing no other business. Managing Director.
Sorry, I got one more item I forgot to mention. So hot off the press, the Road Commission just received the American Public Works Association Southwest Michigan Branch award, and that's for their environmental section from $500,000 to $1 million project. It's for our Davis Olmsted Stream and Culvert Restoration project. Our consultant on the project was Rowe Professional Services, and our contractor was Baltimore Site Work and Development. So we'll get that in the showcase. So good job. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. All right. Seeing no other business before the commission, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
We have a motion by Commissioner Kennedy. Is there a second? Yeah, we have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The meeting is adjourned. Stick around for our work session. Don't go too far.
Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Take my mic off for part of the meeting.
So we're gonna sit right here.
I'll have to do it all over again. Yeah, sure can.
Oh, I was just gonna suggest. Me too? Yes.
Recording stopped.
Look at these numbers a little from Jerry.
It's hard to, yeah.
It's hard to digest of this cold, because they're different.
Some of the correlations.
Not too bad, how about you?
Except that